My name is Emily Hanna, and I'm the curator of the Arts of Africa and the Americas at the Birmingham Museum of Art. We have a permanent collection installation in the garden, which includes artists such as Rodin, Botero. We have a beautiful, huge Sol LeWitt, which is mounted on the wall. So there is always a selection from our permanent collection. But on the upper plaza, we've just opened a new exhibition by Steinunn Thorensdottir, an Icelandic sculptor. And it's figures, human figures, that are placed at a distance to one another, so people can wander. They actually have to physically walk from being to being. They can't just look and then have the looking experience be over. They have to move around and wonder what is the relationship that these figures have to one another. So the whole experience out of doors is different. It incorporates nature. The garden is beautiful. The Red Mountain Garden Club has created this garden for us initially in 1959. The museum moved to its present location in 1957, and that area where the garden is now, which is now enclosed, used to be the way that you entered the museum. Now that has changed, but it has beautiful reflecting pools, it has ferns, it's just a beautiful oasis in the middle of noisy downtown Birmingham. Well, I think outdoors people feel that they have more permission to just be a little freer. They're outside, they can be noisier, they can breathe, they can move around. I think inside people feel that they have to be quiet, and many of the works are 2D on the wall. Outside they can move, they can walk around things. Look at really the play of light on surface, because the things are in sunlight or in the shadow of a tree. They can really look up close at materials, at bronze, and in sunlight, and see what that looks like. Some installations that we've had there, one by Amy Pleasant, for example, that was in the lower sculpture garden, which is a discrete room. It has walls around it but no ceiling, so it's an open air, discrete outdoor gallery. And Amy did this marvelous installation of cloud forms, such as you would see from an airplane looking out into the clouds. And so when you went into that outdoor gallery, you felt as if you were walking among the clouds. And then she had done a wall component with drawings of clouds. We've had graffiti pieces done on the walls. The walls of that space can be resurfaced so that artists can use them as they wish. We've had that large space became the site of an installation that took one summer to create. Lonnie Holly, who is a local artist, craned over the wall of the garden a huge dumpster full of recyclable materials. And he spent all summer creating a world in that space, all made out of recycled materials. So we've had very interesting shows down there. When we have art camp in the summer and we have an installation there, it just gives children a different way to experience art. Sometimes the things are able to be touched, sometimes they're not, but we make that clear. We make that clear to the public. I think it can work for any art that can handle the elements. I think that There are 5 curators on staff here, and we cover everything from Renaissance to Native American to European decorative arts to Asian art. I mean, it's a very broad spectrum that we cover here, and any curator is welcome to propose a show for that space. We're all welcome to do so. The process is the curator comes forward, first meeting just with the other curators and the director, and we look at the idea or the proposal, and we talk about the feasibility, we talk about the costs, we talk about the merit. And in addition to us cooking up ideas, we receive proposals from people all the time, from emerging artists, mid-career artists. Particularly the contemporary curator receives packets all the time. But it is people, I think all people enjoy the experience of art outdoors as much as they do art indoors. I don't think it's one group over another. Well, I have experienced the courtyard differently since I've had a child, because he's 7 and he's grown up in this museum, but the energy level of kids requires that you do have to let them run. You have to let them have a place to run, and the courtyard, although you can't get completely raucous out there, it does give people a place to just move and be free and leap. And so I've noticed that value of our outdoor space since my little boy has come along. I was involved in the Lonnie Holly installation. That was a real privilege to be involved with that. We've shown Charlie Lucas's work in that space. He's another Alabama sculptor. What I've never done, and what I'm interested in doing, is something more connected to my own area of African art. We have now a very strong African ceramics collection. We just acquired over 400 pieces. And I'd like to do something related to clay and Africa. And they make beautiful, everything is made of clay. Houses, vessels, granaries. And I would love to have, we can't really do a firing outside the way they fire in Africa. It would be too much of a hazard to fire pots outside, but I would love to do something with living clay as it's used in Africa, and that would be something brand new. I see a great connection between Birmingham and West Africa in that iron and clay are very important in both places. And we do a lot with Sloss. We partner with Sloss. We show works that students and interns have made. And I'd like to see us as active and engaged with clay as a medium.